It's a building that inspired me from the very first time when I actually came into Joburg. I looked at that building and the first words that actually came into my mouth was, wow. I took about literally 2 to 3 minutes just looking and staring at that building. First of all, I couldn't figure out that was actually a building of its own, because when you're standing in Braamfontein, it almost doesn't look like a building. It almost looked like a glass screen or a mirror. In fact, it appeared to be black. It's not a black glass, but that building actually appeared to be this black, shiny sculpture in the middle of all these 2-3 story buildings, and it just actually just stood out by itself. And then I was like, oh wow, what an interesting building. The architect behind that building is a well-known German-American architect by the name of Helmut Jahn. It was definitely brave of Helmut to actually come up with that particular style. To create contrast in an area like that, as an architect, you don't necessarily have to come in with something that blends in within that environment. So if you are really a daring architect like Helmut Jahn, you would actually come up with something extravagant, like something completely different, something that will actually stand out. You should also respect the buildings that actually surrounds the site where you want to actually create that structure. You shouldn't create a structure that might have a negative impact on your neighboring buildings. It gives a positive impact onto the neighboring buildings by actually using its facade, its angled, faceted facade, to actually reflect the neighboring buildings. It was actually designed in such a way that you can actually walk from street pavement directly into the front door. The building actually allows people to actually move around it and access it without actually going through 3-4 levels of stairs to actually get up to the level, or even taking an elevator so you can access the end users who are actually working in that building are able to actually have full vision, 360 degrees if it's an open plan around it, instead of having punch windows that's actually blocked by solid walls in between, or strip windows that are sitting at high level, where as a person I'm sitting 5-6 meters deep inside the floor plate. I cannot see 10 meters outside the building. So that's the most interesting part of actually using a glass facade. That building sets a standard of modernism in that area in those years. To me, it's not showy architecture, but it's actually an architecture that will actually last, for the next century. And that's what we as architects need to strive for all the time. Whatever we do, we need to strive for longevity.